Hello, welcome to Gillette Outdoors. My name is William Gillette, and today we're going to talk about the Go Water Kit. Alright, so let me talk to you a little bit more about what's inside of the Go Water Kit. So that's the kit right there. Everything that you need to filter a half a gallon of water right there in the kit. This is a small water resistant container that it's in at the moment. Let's go ahead and pop that open, and as you can see, there's a lot going on inside there. Pull out the first thing here. This first thing is a water purification tablet, so you're going to need that. That's going to help you chemically treat the water that you've gathered. Also inside of here, get it out of here, tightly packed in there. This is a cellophane vessel to hold the water. You can hold 1/4 of a gallon inside of this rolled up cellophane bag, and then right in the center of it you'll see that little orange dot. That is actually a drink mix that is full of electrolytes, sugar, things to give you energy. That is also orange flavored, which will help with the taste of the water once you make it. Then you'll have a cotton pre-filter. This will help filter out any of the larger particles in the water, so you're not drinking that or taking that in. I'll show you how to use that along with the actual vessel or the actual pot itself to help filter out the water when you collect it. We'll put that right there so that that filter doesn't get dirty. And then there's also a zip tie inside. And around this bag there's 3 rubber bands, which you will need when you're actually making it. So there's a lot in there, a lot going on. Let me show you how to use it exactly to filter out water and make some survival water, I'm going to call it, because it does have a lot of sugar and electrolytes in there that's going to help give you that energy. So let me show you how it works. Now, in any survival situation, obtaining clean drinking water is a must. And I'm going to show you real quick how to obtain clean drinking water using the Go Water Kit. So the first thing you're going to do when you open up the kit here, you're going to pull out this little rolled up cellophane bag. Alright? So we're going to take these rubber bands off the bag real quick. Now make sure that you hang on to these rubber bands because they're very important. And we're going to unroll this bag. Alright. And then inside of the bag there's actually this little tiny cylinder. And inside of here is a drink mix that has electrolytes and sugar and stuff in it, so you want to make sure that you keep all that stuff safe. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it back inside the container real quick, and I'm going to keep out one of these rubber bands. Actually, you will need one of these rubber bands to actually help fill the bag here. So now, in a normal survival situation, you want to try to find water that's flowing if you can. That's going to always be a little bit cleaner. In the area that I'm in right now, there's no flowing water, so you're actually going to find as much water as you can, and you want to try to get the water from the surface, not down underneath, because that contains a lot more bacteria. So let me get some water here. Alright, so there's the water I'm going to be purifying. Let's take it over here real quick and I'll show you the rest. Alright, so I have my water here. The first thing that I'm going to want to do once I collect the water is use this rubber band to close off my plastic bag here. Get it as tight as I can. Alright, so there you go. And then I'm going to set that off to the side. There we go. Alright, so inside of this kit, you're going to find a water purification tablet here. And you're just going to want to go ahead and open that water purification tablet up. Let me see here. Alright. Inside of this little container, you'll see just a small round pill. And then what you want to do is break that pill into half. So break it into 2 pieces. It snaps pretty easy. You don't need a knife. You don't need anything like that. And then you want to put one piece back into the wrapper, so that way you can actually use this kit again. Each half will treat an entire how much water you can fit in one of those bags. So now you're going to take this and your water, and what I found is if you just take and push this down through the center of that area that you just rubber banded, and drops it into the water. Alright, so now you'll see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that pill is actually bubbling, and that's starting to purify that water that's inside that bag right there. So you're going to want to go ahead and wait 4 hours for that tablet to dissolve and do everything that it needs to do to kill off the bacteria and whatever might be inside of that water. Alright, so let's wait. So while we wait for that to get going, let me tell you a little bit of a backstory about these kits. There are 3 kits actually. Fishing, water, and fire. And they're all available. Now I started working on these kits actually for myself, for personal reasons. Growing up, I've always been into the outdoors, hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, everything. And I've always carried some form of survival kit with me at all times when I was in the outdoors, because I've always, been taught to be prepared for every situation that might come along. When you're that far from home and that far away from people, you need to have something on you, to protect yourself. And well, it actually changed for me when I became an outdoor photographer. So I became an outdoor photographer, and now I'm lugging, tens of hundreds of pounds, it seems like, of gear into the woods, on long treks up mountains, things like that. And the survival kits that I had took up too much space and were too heavy. So those went by the wayside and then were replaced by camera gear. So, it's all about conserving space and conserving weight when you're packing, things like this up. So, we got in a little bit of trouble one time and had some scary moments, and I didn't have anything on me. And at that point I realized that it was irresponsible for me to trek off into the wilderness and not be prepared for something, at least be a little prepared. So I started trying to find a lightweight, complete, and small survival kit. And I looked all over the place, and I found some things here and there, but they just weren't offering what I was needing. So I decided 2 years ago that I was going to put one together myself, and I researched things that actually worked in the real world, and I found the stuff that I wanted in the kit, and then it was just a matter of making it small enough and making it lightweight enough for me to actually carry it all the time. No matter what I have on me, it's got to be small enough for me to carry, and it's got to be functional, and it's got to have just enough in there for me to survive. So that's where these kits actually came from. All right, let's see how this is doing here. It looks about the same, but now this should be free of any pathogens and bacteria and all that stuff that could hurt me. So let's get into the kit again here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull out this little tube of electrolyte drink mix. All right, and you don't want to put this in before you purify, because you don't want this to affect the purification process. But now that the purification process is complete, we'll go ahead and mix this with the water. This will help both give me energy with the sugar and the electrolytes, and it'll also make the water taste a little bit better. The purification tablet tastes a little chemically, and I mean, I'm using puddle water, so probably not the best water tasting in the world. So this will give you a little bit more energy and willingness to drink the water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my knife, and I'm just going to cut this open here. All right. There we go. And now I'm going to take the rubber band off this bag here, open it up, and I'm going to add my drink mix in with the water here. Alright. I only added about half of it, so that way I can use the other half later. So, alright. So now that's going to slowly dissolve in there. You can kind of move it around and get the water, to circulate and break that down. You'll see it's becoming a orange color, a little bit oranger than it was actually from the water. Alright, so there's that. Now, the next step is to, see here. Your next step is going to be to actually prepare the pre-filter. Now, this filter, the reason why I made this, as you can see when I hold up that bag, there's a lot of particulate in the bag. There's a lot of leaf litter, things like that. Now, I did try to get the cleanest water that I possibly could from the puddle, but there's always particles in the bag. So inside of the kit, it actually comes with this filter cloth or filter fiber, and you're gonna just take it and fluff it up, and then you're gonna stick it right back inside of the pod itself. All right, and then once you've stuck it inside the pod, you're just going to peel the label off. See here, peel the label off the front of the pod. You'll see there's some holes right there in the lid, and then also the bottom label off here, and you'll see in the bottom there are holes here as well. All right, holes in the bottom, holes in the top, filter in the middle. So you're going to use this actually as the mouthpiece to drink from the bag. So there's that. Let me show you how to connect this to the bag here real quick. Inside the kit, you're going to get a zip tie. All right, and now we've pre-cut the zip tie to the exact length that you're going to need. So So what you're going to do is you're actually going to take this zip tie and you're going to push it down until it clicks, and then as soon as it clicks, that's going to be the exact size of zip tie that you need. All right. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do when you're inserting this piece in, what you're going to want to do is, if this is the lid of the actual filter mouthpiece, you're going to close the lid tight, and then you're going to stick the lid down into the bag first. You notice that the bags do sit upright whenever you can kind of prop them up. They're pretty sturdy as far as that's concerned, so it's easiest to have two hands and to have the bag sitting down on the ground. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this, you're going to stick it down in there, and you're going to leave about a ½ an inch or so of the bag above it, and then you're going to just kind of wrap it around and hold it around it, and then you're going to take your zip tie and you're going to put it around that bag and just kind of grab the bag through the bundle here, and then push the zip tie down onto the mouthpiece. All right, let's see here. All right, so now I've pushed the zip tie down around the mouthpiece. So now you have basically the mouthpiece here, and the zip tie is holding the bag onto it, and the mouthpiece itself is permanently now, well, not permanently, but it's stuck inside the bag tight, so you can actually use it to drink with. All right, so there's your drinking water vessel. Pre-filter right there on the top. You got your water with the electrolyte drink mix in there, and then you have a nice container to hold it in. Now this would be the first. You actually have enough to make a second one of these, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you're ever in that survival situation, water is very, very, very important, and rationing is very, very, very important. So you want to make sure that you don't just drink this stuff like it's, like it's free. And if you do need to, you can actually take the rubber band and just below the pre-filter, wrap the rubber band around it, and that will help seal the bag off. So if you're moving or you need to go to the next, try to find the next area, go ahead and seal this off in between, and it's kind of like a little canteen. The bag is very sturdy and stable, so you shouldn't have any problems with the bag ripping, although it will puncture if you hit it with a sharp stick. So you want to keep this protected in an area, maybe in your sack, backpack if you have one. Keep it protected from anything sharp. Yeah, so bottoms up. Little chemically, but you can definitely get that orange flavor, and this right here will save your life in the event of emergency. So